Peace and love to everybody in the sound of my voice. Do we need some light? Got my Chinese food, but I ain't gonna eat my Chinese food just yet. You know? It's kind of nice outside, in a way. We're gonna get into a live reading shortly. I'm curious what we're gonna pull. Lately, I've been wanting to get into the Bible, but I ain't rocking with the King James Bible though. I'm about to fully dissect the Ethiopian Bible, so I might have to order that online. But I've been told like the Ethiopian Bible is the way to go. And it's fucked up that you gotta go through so much shit just to get the truth. Like, people have done so much in history, like, to fool us and hide shit. But I really feel like the Ethiopian Bible is the way to go. So I will be ordering that online. Got about 7 people, and probably more than 7 people on here, but Nicole, peace and love. By the way, anybody leaving negative comments, you're not gonna get no response. You're not gonna get no energy. You're just wasting your time. So I don't know what's up with you niggas, but peace and love to the universe. I don't even feel like blocking niggas today. But I will, I see some of these comments though. Her Tyrant, peace and love. Somebody said, what you gonna do without food stamps? You know what's funny? That just because I'm in the shelter, I do get food stamps. And you know what's funny? My food stamps will be on my card in a couple of days. I just got a notification that I can expect my food stamps on my card in a couple of days. But, you know, I'm thankful for my food stamps, but, you know, I make good money. I just get food stamps because I'm in the shelter. Like, I can't cook like I want to cook. So if I didn't get food stamps, I'm still going to keep eating like the way I always eat, healthy and delicious. Yeah. See, a lot of y'all, you got to stop, like, y'all got to stop, like, judging people that's on food stamps. But there's people that work great jobs that get food stamps. And, you know, if you get food stamps, you should be thankful if you get food stamps. And if you don't get food stamps, you probably wish you had food stamps. You know, because food is hotter than motherfucker. If you don't know. So, and, you know, it's really fucked up, like, how they do to people. No matter how much money you got, you shouldn't be paying this much money for food anyway. Period. It should be against the law to have food being so high. And I don't care what type of money. If you're poor, if you're middle class, if you're rich, food shouldn't be so high. That should be against the law. But now that you got these corporations that control the food, they could put whatever prices they want on there. So food should never be as high as what it is, though. And y'all need to stop disrespecting black women. Because I want to give y'all a history lesson. Do you know welfare was made for white people? Do you know they made welfare, right, for white people, for poor white people? In the beginning, black people couldn't even get welfare. They couldn't get food stamps. They couldn't get no help from the government at all. That happened like in the 1960s, where black people was able to get like welfare. So y'all need to like stop falling into the stereotypes, because they love to put black women on the internet crashing out over food stamps. But it's more white women than black women on food stamps. We only 13% of the population. So there's more white people on welfare that get food stamps, right, than black people. So all the food stamp jokes, y'all really need to stop it. You know? That's a little side note. And for anybody that get food stamps, ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Get them goddamn food. You know what's a shame? Spending all this money for food. Knowing that your kids got to eat tomorrow. That's a shame that the government got us paying all this money for food. You know? So. You know? And for the side note, you know, my cash app is in the description, $MultiMahdiTV. And on the side note, I really like, I guess there's a lot of people that's jealous of me. There's a lot of people jealous of me. And that's crazy because I'm a cool ass nigga. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of, like, the people that leave these comments in here, shout out to the people that support me. Peace and love. But it's a lot of jealous people out there of me. Light workers, Capricorns, we got a lot of hating, jealous ass people. And then they get on the internet and talk shit on the internet because they know these people that hide on the internet. These like bullies. You know, but how you gonna bully me? You know what I mean? If you pay attention to anybody that's leaving negative comments under there, they're not even under a real face. You know what I mean? So, they always like got an A or a B or a J or some shit. They don't even got faces on their channels, you know? But let's get into the reading. Like, and by the way, peace and love to everybody on the sound of my voice. Shout out to everybody on the sound of my voice, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's see what's the energy. First of all, let me check my energy. So, if you want a 3-card reading, you know, 3 cards represent the past, present, and the future. It's only $10. Cash out me $10, and I'll read you through the phone. Anybody that watch my readings know that, you know, I can read energy through the phone, you know. So peace and love. Shout out to the light workers. Shout out to the chosen ones. Shout out to the star seeds. Right? You know. Somebody said blacks need to go back to Africa. Hey. Do you know a lot of the blacks in America never been to Africa, never came here on a boat? Did you know that? See, a lot of y'all people who just listen to what people taught y'all. Do you know the Native Americans are black people in America? That's how we over here right now. You know, a lot of the Native Americans are black people in America. What do I look like? Do I look like an African or do I look like a Native American? If you see my mother, and you see my father, and you see my grandparents, do I look like an African or do I look like a Native American? Start waking up. Start waking up. I'm going to just leave it at that. Do you look like an African or do you look like a Native American? See, some of y'all lost, you know, and you blinded by a fake-ass history, right? Because you think of a Native American and you think of somebody that look like Mexican or something like that. Nah, if you look up the first Native Americans, they look just like this. They look just like you and me. You know? So everybody not from Africa. You know? Of course, You know, they say the first body was found in Africa, right? But I'm just saying, like, don't put us all in a boat. Put us all in the same boat, you know? Let's get into this reading. Oh, let me check my energy first. All praise, to show you how this go. I'm going to do an energy checking on myself. All praise to the Most High God, Spirit guides, energies of the white light. And somebody said, brother, won't you change the batteries on your smoke detector? I'm about to move into my house in a couple of weeks, so I'm really not concerned about that. And, you know, I don't change the batteries on the smoke detectors. I don't do that. You know, I don't even make up my bed. They got maid service that come make up the bed, clean up my room, mop the floors, do all that. So I kind of been living like a good life in here. Yeah. And then I'm moving into my place in a couple of weeks. So I'm really not worried about a smoke detector because I'm about to move into my house. Yeah. So peace and love for the people that got the jokes about the smoke detector. Yeah. I use the system for what it's worth. You know, I know if I came to New York and I came into a shelter, right, I get assistance with moving into my place. And that's what I did. Yeah. Yeah. So I was able to come to a shelter, you know, and save up all my paychecks, save up all my money, right, and then move into my place. Yeah. So shout out to everybody in the comments, even the negative people, because y'all helped my algorithm. The channel is growing expeditiously. So thank you. All right, let's check my energy. Let's check my energy, then we're going to get into Capricorn, all right? I don't even got time to block people right now. What's my energy, Lord? All praise to the Most High God, Spirit guides, angels of the white light. Shout out to Black Jesus. Yeah, all praise to the Most High God. I got to put that out there, Black Jesus, because a lot of y'all still be praising that white man hanging on the cross. That's not Christ at all. And it's kind of disrespectful, you know? And if you really read your word, then you would know that's not Christ and you wouldn't have that white Christ in your house. So, peace and love. Somebody said Jesus wasn't black. We're not going to get into that. You believe whatever you want to believe, you know? If you say Jesus wasn't black, great. But you can always read your Bible and see what Jesus looked like, you know? So, peace and love. All right? And you could also read what the Jews look like. Yeah, okay. But I don't feel like doing a history lesson. You know what I mean? See what's going on. What's in my energy, Lord? Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, we're going to teach a little bit. Eight of Pentacles, this is Capricorn to its Virgo energy. This is work. This is mastery. Working. Something that I do. This is talking about work, and this is talking about mastery. What about it? And that's the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles work real hard. Work with their head down. You know I'm a therapist. Then I work like 2 different jobs. You know, I got multiple streams of income. Because that's what I do. Right? This is one of them. So we got the Knight of Pentacles, and we got the Eight of Pentacles. This is talking about working hard. Nine of Pentacles is independent, living like a life of luxury. And there you go. The Wheel of Fortune. There you go. So things are spinning in my favor. 10 plus 9 equals 19. That's the sun. So a lot of great things is happening in my life right now. You know, I got money in the bank. I'm moving into a beautiful place. I might buy a car. I might not buy a car. You know, but things is going real good for me right now. The wheels are spinning in my favor, you know? And also, we got haters, see? So when you got success, like like right now, my channel closed to 600,000 views. You know, I make money on this channel. So with all the success going on, and it's like independent success, you're going to have haters. Here go haters right here. You know what I mean? See the haters? See the people in the comments leaving like little negative comments? That's the haters right there. What's wrong with them? Yeah, the outcome to your problems is uncertain and may not make you happy. Yeah, people not happy. Yeah, why they not happy? The card represents a loss of nerve. Why? Indecision, weakness, inability to adapt to change. See, a lot of people can't adapt to change. You know? A lot of people can't adapt to change. You know, that's why if they take food stamps from some people, they're going to fall off by the wayside. They're going to do dumb shit like rob and steal. Me, I'm going to just keep balling like I've been balling. You know? So, that's my energy. The wheels are spinning in my favor. And of course, when the wheels spin in your favor, you're going to have haters. Right? So, let's check on these haters. Here go these haters. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Leo energy. Let's check on these haters. Spirit guys, show me these haters. I'll take 3. Tell me something about these haters. Yeah, there they go. See? Cancer by Scorpio, yeah. They sitting down with their arms folded. They feel rejected. Somebody could be a Cancer. Yeah, they mad. They feel rejected. What's going on with them? Chronic emotional restlessness is manifesting itself in casual love affairs. Yeah. Yeah. Your heart is heavy and empty. See? So now you know what bullies do. They try to bully other people because they feel empty on the inside. Let's read again. Chronic emotional restlessness is manifesting itself in casual love affairs. Your heart is heavy and empty. You lose the will to strive. New goals and projects are needed. Overindulgence in food and alcohol. Yeah, lack of moderation. Yeah, failure in love. Failure in love. So this is how people feeling. Somebody could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Somebody could be a Cancer. Cancer rule the 4th house. So this could be like somebody I was in a relationship with. Yeah, tell me more. So somebody definitely emotionally, they ain't feeling good about themselves. Tell me more. All praise to the Most High God. You got to show your enemies. 5 and 4. You know, 5 and 4 equal 9. 9 is the number for endings. So they having endings in their life. Tell me more. And then it's 2025. 2 plus 2 equal 4. 4 plus 5 equal 9. People definitely not happy in 2025. Because it break down to a 9. People having endings in their life. You know, thank you. I appreciate you, Nikki. So people definitely not feeling themselves. Yeah. Yeah. High Priestess. Okay, what about the High Priestess? What about the High Priestess represents somebody that could go through the rounds. You know? Somebody real intuitive. What about the High Priestess? Tell me more. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. So, it's people that see me happy and they see me doing good and they can't participate. Yeah. So there they go. They can't participate, so they bitter. Somebody could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Yeah. But look, that's enough about me. I'm just showing you how hatred works. I'm not going to be here too long. So Capricorn, it's going to be a collective Capricorn reading, all right? So we got a little glimpse in my life. You know, but the wheels are spinning in my favor. All you got to do is be patient. Sometimes it's a time to sit. Sometimes it's a time to meditate. Sometimes it's a time to learn. Sometimes it's a time to go in hermit mode, right? And while you're going in hermit mode, God is building you up. And then, you know, when the universe, they say, yo, it's your time. They send them blessings down. So I had to do my little time in the shelter, and now I'm moving in my spot. Things is beautiful. I can't complain at all, you know? Yeah. So I feel bad for anybody that got to get on this channel and say anything negative because nobody asked y'all to watch me, you know? So for the people that's watching me and leaving negative comments while you watching me, all I can do is pray for y'all because that's like mental disease, you know? So let's go. So Nikki said I'm a December 27th Capricorn. Let's get it. Okay. Capricorn, so let's see what's the overall energy for us. All praise to the Most High God. For the Capricorn collectively, I want y'all to type in the comments if this hit home. All right. Let me do you a favor, because you can't help yourself. Okay. Anybody, let me just block these people, because I really don't want them to know like what's really going on. Okay. Okay. People keep asking me, do I read the Bible? All I talk about is God on this channel. That's kind of like a dumb question. If you watch all my readings, I start off talking about God. Somebody said demonic, this is what this is. So why are you watching me? I don't get it. If this is demonic, then why are you watching it? Won't you just go celebrate Halloween? Okay. All right, so I think I got some of these people off. Nikki said, why do people separate God and spirituality? Actually, what it is it's called hatred. It's called hatred, you know, because God gave us gifts. God gave us spiritual gifts. And then people got to watch you have spiritual gifts. It's just like if you know how to sing, if you know how to rap, if you know how to dance, you're going to have people that's mad because they can't do that. So then they try to use the Bible, right, against like tarot card readers, but I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. Half of these people talk about the Bible, and I read the Bible back and forth because I had to. And God give people knowledge of the Bible. So it's people that read the Bible and they'll never understand the Bible because they wasn't meant to understand the Bible. You know, so people ask me about the Bible when I probably know more about the Bible than them. You know, they still praising white Jesus. They still don't know who the Jews are. You know, they still don't know that they got enemies in the world. But all that's in the Bible that they read. Yeah, you got enemies in the world. Yeah, but yeah, they even name your enemies in the Bible. They actually name the people, and you can look at your enemies, black people, because it said that people feed off the children of Israel. They feed off the Jews, which are we. And you can look around, because these people move in your neighborhood and sell you poison all day. If you live in a black neighborhood, more than likely, everybody that's around you that make money don't look like you. That's in the Bible. But they also talk about in the Bible where you're not supposed to spend your money with your enemies. But black people forgot about that. For the people that want to teach me about the Bible, I bet you they give all their money to their enemies. In the Bible, you're not even supposed to shop with certain people. Because your money is your power. So if we actually follow like the commandments and follow what we were supposed to be doing, we wouldn't be in poverty. But people want to preach to me because they figure like I don't know shit. I grew up in the church. I used to have to go to church on Sunday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know? So, peace and love. And just because you read the Bible don't mean that you're going to heaven. It don't make you holy. Them preachers that be preaching in the choir, they don't be talking about shit. Because if they really preach what was in that Bible, people wouldn't be sitting in that pew, they'd be leaving. These is like nice preachers. They don't really tell you what's really going on. I like the preachers that tell you what's really going on. If I really preached the Bible, people's feelings would be hurt. Because I understand and comprehend the Bible. Yeah. People get mad. People get mad when I say black man need to be with a black woman. A black woman need to be with a black man. And people get mad when I say that. But that's in the Bible too. A lot of people get pissed off when I speak because I be speaking some real shit. You know, people say they love black people, but then I say a black man should be with a black woman. Why should a black man be with a black woman? Is it okay to love other people? Yeah, it's okay to love other people, but we're not in a situation to do that. Half of the black men is locked up in prison. Half of the black men is locked. We're only 13% of the population, and then half of the black men is locked up in prison. Then you got the other percentage of the black men that's gay. Then you got the other percentage of the black men that date outside their race. So are we in a predicament where we could date outside our race? No, we're not. We're not in a predicament where we could date outside our race. That's why I say black men need to be with black women. Black women need to be with black men and stop running from each other. Because people be like, I don't see color. You lying your ass off. Because that's the first thing you see when you see somebody is their color. So you could lie to yourself and say, I don't see color. You're a liar. You're a liar. That's the first thing you see is color. Now you might get to know somebody and judge somebody by their personality, but the first thing we see when we look at each other, what did they look like? Oh, it was a black man. He was this height. He was this way. It was a black woman. She was this way. So don't tell me you don't see color. So when I see a black man walking around with a white woman, he got issues with his mama. He been hurt by black women, and he sold out his race. He gave up on black women, right? And now he date white women. When I see a black woman with a white man, what would their ancestors think? You know, when I see a black woman or a black man with somebody white or outside, what would the ancestors think about that? That you walk around with the kids or the people that slaved your ancestors. That's some sellout shit. Don't tell me that you couldn't find out of all these beautiful black women, don't tell me you couldn't find a black woman. Black woman, don't tell me you couldn't find a black man. You went out of your way to find a man that wasn't black. So let's just keep it real. He said, what about Mexican women with a black man? That's cool, but what's wrong with a black man with a black woman? See, it's like, it's cool. I'm not knocking it. Like, you do what you're going to do. But what's wrong with a black man and a black woman? Why a black man got to go get a Mexican woman? Or why a Mexican woman got to go get a black man? What's wrong with a black man and a black woman being together? If you see a cat walking around with a frog, you're going to be like, what the fuck is a cat walking around with a frog? Oh, ain't nothing wrong with me. I just like frogs. No, motherfucker, you ashamed of being a cat. That's just how I look at it. So if I hurt somebody's feelings, my bad. But fuck out of here. If you see a dog walking around with a cat, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Where's your dog at? No, I want to mate with a cat. What the fuck, you just ashamed of being a dog? Fuck out of here. That's all I'm saying. People, I see color. Because the world see color. And if color wasn't important, then they wanted to turn Jesus white. If color wasn't important, they wanted to turn Jesus white. It's a lot of people that they turn white. Did you know that? There's a lot of people besides Jesus that they turn white. Yeah. Yeah. Like Cleopatra. But Capricorn, let's get it. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. You know? But I know y'all hurt Jesus' feelings every time y'all put that white Jesus on the wall. Every time y'all do that shit, y'all disrespect Jesus. Y'all sure. You know why y'all disrespect Jesus? Because they told you what he looked like in the Bible, and you still got a white Jesus on the wall. And then, black women say they love Jesus. So if they walking around thinking that Jesus is white, that's why they walking around with a white man. Because they think that white man is Jesus. They look at, if you think Jesus is white, so if a black woman thinks Jesus is white, then she's going to start looking at the black man like they demons and devils. You got to think, all this shit really hit home. You know, they have Nikki said they have a clear description of what he looks like, so y'all don't got no excuse. In 2025, y'all don't got no excuse. But side note, real quick, you said I'm preaching hate. Why am I preaching hate? Why am I preaching hate? This is what I don't get. So whenever you talk about Black history and you talk about the real Black history, other people get offended. I can't worry about other fucking people getting offended when they fed black babies to alligators. When they used to rip the babies out of the woman's womb. It's cities buried underwater. Right? When they used to tie the male slave to one horse and tie the other part to another horse and let the horses run and rip them apart in front of the woman. So she'll lose all respect in front of his kids. But when you talk about this type of stuff, you preaching hate. I'm not preaching hate, I'm preaching about what the fuck really happened. So the minute, a lot of y'all really don't love black people. A lot of y'all different color people, y'all don't love black people because the minute black people start talking about separating and getting themselves together, Mean a black man being with a black woman being with a black man, the black population to stop spending their money with other races of people that don't support them, and they only spend money with each other. Because then black people would be wealthy and healthy. But then that's hate though, right? For me to talk about black people only shopping with black people right now, that's hate, right? But it's not good for black people to do that. That's hate what I'm preaching, right? Somebody said, if you get offended over shit that happened over 100 years ago, you need help. Back then, everyone was fucked, disease, or the punishment back then was everyone was brutal and inhuman. Yeah, but what are people doing about it to change? Because this shit that happened in the past still affects us till this day. The shit that happened in the past still affects us till this day. You got black people right now that don't know who they are. You got black people that right now that don't know where they come from. They call you an African American, but you can't go find no place in Africa or know an African. Shit is all fucked up. Why? Because of lies. You know? So, whatever your name is, you said I'm preaching the same thing. So why the fuck are you watching me? If you feel like I'm preaching or I'm saying the same thing, why the fuck are you watching me? Tell me that. Why are you watching me? If you feel like whatever I'm saying is wrong, how long are you gonna watch me before you get the fuck off? Because I didn't invite you. So if you feel like what I'm saying is wrong, and please show me where I lied about anything that I spoke about, you know, why are you watching me? You know? So yeah. Y'all really what some of y'all wanna admit. Now you got a dude saying that somebody gay. But you watching another man though. You probably looking at my features, you probably looking at my wavy hair, you probably looking at my chocolate skin, you probably turned on. That's why you can't cut the teeth. That's why you can't cut this shit off and go watch somebody else. Because you're obsessed with me. Right? Yeah, I know. All right, so Capricorn, let's get into this reading. Capricorn, what's the energy? First of all, let me show y'all something. Peace and love. Christ, because you know I'm connected to the other side. I could speak directly to God, right? All praise to the Most High God. Shout out to the Holy Yahshua. You know him as Jesus. What do you think about this white depiction of you? What do you think about this white depiction of you? What do you think about this? All praise to the Most High God, Jesus. What do you? I can talk right to Jesus, because he always with me. What do you think about this white painting of you? What do you think about this, Yahshua? All praise to the Most High God for the Holy Yahshua. What do you think about this? 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 Look at that. Look at that. So, he pretty much saying, I gave you what I look like. See that hand coming from the sky? I told you what I look like. I told you what I look like. See that cup? See that hand of God coming from the sky? I told you what I look like. So it's on you if you still want to praise a demon or a devil. I told you in the scriptures what I look like. I told you what I look like. I told you that I had hair wool, skin of bronze that was burnt in the furnace. I told you what I look like. You even could look up what sign he was and what age he transcended. I told you what I look like. And that's the truth from God. You see them hands? See, I get the truth from God. See, God, that sword represents the truth. And see the hand of God? If they go to see the hand of God, you see God's hands out here? I told you what I look like. You see the hand? I can't make this shit up. You see the hand of God? And I can even bring this 8 of cups right here. I told you what I look like. I told you what I look like. 8 and 4 equal 12. 12 represent Pisces. Ain't Christ a Pisces? I told you what I look like. Now y'all could go Google. What sign was Christ? What zodiac sign was Christ? He was a Pisces. 8 plus 4 equals 12. I told you what I look like. Don't act like you don't see the hand of God right there. Nikki, do you see? Nikki, is you with me? Nikki, are you still on air? So I feel like me and Nikki was definitely vibing with each other. 0072 Nikki. Are you still with me, Nikki? I can't make this shit up. Y'all see the hand of God right there? That represents the hand of God. And that's the truth. So he already told you what he looked like. So, you know, what happens, okay, what happens to people that keep worshiping this white Jesus? All praise to the Most High God. What are you going to do to the people that keep worshiping this white Jesus? All praise to the Most High God. What are you going to do to the people that keep worshiping this white Jesus? All praise to the Most High God. Let's see what we get. What are you going to do to the people that keep worshiping this white Jesus? Okay. It's the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. That's royalty. 10 of Pentacles. That's money. Right? That's having enough money. That's generational wealth. What about it? Okay. What are you going to do to these people? What are you going to do to these people? I see you, Nikki. What are you going to do to these people? We got the Hierophant, right? We got the Hierophant, Taurus energy. This represents like organizations, churches, right? The Hierophant. So far, we got the number 5 and 10. 5 and 10 equal 15. That's like the devil. 15 is the number for the devil. Tell me more. Tell me more. Four of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. It's heartbreaking how they hold back the information from the people. They hold back the information from the people. 10 and 5 equal 15, 15 and 4 equal 19. 19 is the number for the sun. That's enlightened. It's a shame that people don't know where they really come from and what type of royal background they really have. So you know, there's a lot of people dressing up for Halloween. But if you go do the research on Halloween, Halloween is an evil holiday. It started off evil. That's why I'm on here. And not outside Trick-or-Treating, dressing up. Neither is my daughter. Because it's an evil holiday. Charles said 19 is a bad number. 19 is a number for the sun. It's a great number. It's a wonderful number. Look it up. Okay? So, that's my time, y'all. I want to eat my Chinese food. Personal readings, only $50. If you watch my live and you want to book a personal reading, I could do your readings for $35 for the day. So I got the day off today. I might go out and perform, I might not. But I'm available today. Peace and love. Shout out to Black Jesus. And then my races know. But they want me to let you know about Black Jesus. And that is disrespectful. That is disrespectful. Charles, you don't know what you're talking about because Malcolm X was born on the 19th. Look it up. All right? And we still talk about Malcolm X to this day. And if you feel like, Charles, you feel like Jesus wasn't black, I got the feeling that you like somebody white. You like a white man, but enjoy yourself. All right? Peace and love, y'all. One. Shout out to the light workers, divine beings. It's our time. Love y'all. One.